Doug Drabek will be their starter, a 15-game winner, and he won the Cy Young Award last year. 2-2 to Smith, to be followed by Lemke and Pendleton. To the shortstop, J. Bell. And that's the way this one starts. Lonnie Smith rolls out to short. That is Belliard at short, and this batter, Lemke, playing second base. And a bouncer to second. Pitcher covers. 2 out.
Stadium primarily. 13 home runs down there, 22 on the year, and leading the National League in hitting.
And he bounces one to Chico Lean. Down go the Braves. 1, 2, 3. To the mound, Tommy Glavine to pitch to the Pirates. People expect him to win the Cy Young Award. A record of 20-11, third in the league in earned run average.
Right-handers to a 206 average. That ball just inside.
2-2. And a fly ball into center for Gant. And we go downstairs to Andrea Joyce. Andrea, what do you have for us?
Those are the power hitters, guys like Barry Bonds.
And he looked like he turned it over a little bit, and it ran away from Jay Bell as he fanned for the second out. You're asking for a little bit of trouble with the lineup they can throw at you. 3-2. Of him in this series.
We'll see if Bobby Bonilla is hitting in this situation. 3-0 following the home run.
Nothing to swing at. And the Pirate fans like the way this is going. And Pendleton goes to the mound to chat with Glavine.
Pitchers start out with fair moves. The very fact that they're facing the runner makes it more difficult to run against.
Bonds hits it hard right through the shortstop. Bonilla goes for third with 2 out. That ball 8. The shortstop up. That was Belliard, the former Pirate.
10-11 last year. Fastball inside here. Dangerous pitch.
Runner going. Ball 4. Well, they're loaded up now with 2 out for a fellow who for Pittsburgh here in the first. They lead 1-0. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pendleton sure-handed as always. Whoa! In the dirt, and Bream took it out. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left.
Probably asking his wife, look at here, I got a ball with my name on it right here.
That's funny. 2-2. Strikeout. First for Drabek.
We mentioned the backdoor breaking balls. Both Doug Drabek and Ron Gant from Victoria, Texas.
Not Utica.
No, not Utica.
Popped it up. That'll be the second out. Jay Bell camps under it. And there are 2 out. And this at bat, they're not rooting for him now when he's swinging the stick. Base hit, first for the night for the Atlanta Braves. Bream with a 2-out single. We talked about Justice being out of the lineup for a
season with only 5 games left for the Braves. Both coming from the Chicago Cubs for 2 minor leaguers.
Olson pops her up for Drabek. And that takes care of Atlanta. An inning and a half. Home run by Van Slyke. 1-0 Pirates. Ball 1 to Lean, and back to the pitcher. Chico is out. And the pitcher, Drabek, will come up, and we're going down with another visit with hits a foul ball that might be caught by, and it is by Lemke. A very good play. Very good play by Mark Lemke. We've played to 1-0 Bucks.
Did he hold up? He appeared to.
And the count is 1-2. Not this time, though. The ball in the dirt and out at first. For Drabek, his second strikeout. Gets the number 8 hitter. You can see these fans. Leadoff man has been retired. Glavine bounces it to Leaned. He's out by plenty, 2 out.
From home plate.
2-2 the count. To the third baseman, Buechele. Down in order, Atlanta. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Will return to Three Rivers Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. Base hit to right. Leadoff single by Jay Bell. To first, he picked 7 runners off this season. In the gap, I think. Yep. And that's going to be another run. Double for Van Slyke. 2-0 Pittsburgh. That's what happens when the number 2 hitter gets on for Pittsburgh, leading off the inning. Van Slyke's going to score. Lonnie Smith doesn't throw well. Down to second base. That man is safe. It's 3-0.
Maybe.
Harry Pendleton is one of the other candidates. Maybe Will Clark. Missed ball 4. Glavine thought he had a strikeout. That wasn't a really bad pitch, but Glavine didn't get the call. That's the third walk he has issued.
It's tomorrow night.
He'll pitch against Steve Avery here tomorrow night. And Glavine had the ball running away from Buechele. That's the first out of the inning.
Glavine normally does such a good job.
2 on, 1 out, 0-2. And he chased it. That's the 4th strikeout for Glavine.
Jim Palmer used to say that Glavine will be throwing too many off-speed pitches to Leaned because the outfield swung around toward right.
And back to the pitcher. So now Pittsburgh has left 5. But after 3, they're on top 3-0. And right through the first baseman. Right through Gary Reedus. And Lemke is going to try for third. And he is out! On the relay by Chico Leaned.
Roberto Alomar trying to score with the Blue Jays trailing 5-0.
Shame on you, Rich. You know that the Braves would love to have Lemke at second, nobody out, and Pendleton up in the count 3-0, and then ball 4. Up the middle, a base hit. Pendleton will go on to go. Now he stops as Van Slyke comes up with it. That's the intimidation factor. When Van Slyke comes up with the ball, you better stop. 0-2. He didn't hit it really well. It'll be caught by Bonds. And that's the second out. Well, if Pendleton had gone on to third, there would have been a run. 2 on, 2 out. Error by Reedus, the base runner out. a walk and a single. He hits it into left, and Bonds will take care of it. Atlanta leaves 2. They've left 3, and Atlanta still trails 3-0. Best previous gathering, 54,089. And they've gone past that tonight. Back to the pitcher, Glavine. 1 out in the 4th.
Seeing Lemke make that play at third base with nobody out, it takes you back to a year ago. Maybe he's an Atlanta fan. Not real happy, huh?
That ball is fair to Pendleton. And Reedus is 0 for 3, and there are 2 out. That kid we saw a while ago is probably thinking of Bell has struck out. He's singled and scored. Pendleton has it before it hits. Oh, the umpire said that he trapped the ball. That has to be the ruling by Eric Regg. He said he trapped the ball.
There's other umpires on the field. We have a, you can see the play here, but we have a thing where I'll come out if I'm working home plate. If I'm walking towards you, I saw something different. If I'm not coming towards you, don't ask for help. So we try to work as a team to make sure we get the play right. And,
it turned out all right.
Oh, sure.
And Belliard skies it to Bonilla for the 2nd out of the 5th inning. And it'll bring up the Atlanta pitcher. That ball drops in fair. That is the 3rd Atlanta hit. Glavine will run the bases with 2 out.
So that game was switched to Candlestick Park in San Francisco.
Let's see if Lonnie Smith can keep this 5th inning alive. Nope. Inning's over. And the Braves have left 4.
Front runner for the Cy Young Award, with John Smiley winning 20 also.
Van Slyke hits one to left field, and Lonnie Smith has it for the out. Well, it's 3, 6, 7 in a row retired.
With this type of run production, he turned down $16.8 million from Pittsburgh over a 4-year period. Leland telling us before the game that he turned down either $4.5 million over 3 years.
To the second baseman, Lemke, and down go the Pirates. 1, 2, 3. We'll return to Three River Stadium after this message and a word from your local station. Typical of Bobby Bonilla.
He's nice, huh? Yeah, it is.
He's a most happy fella. Here we go into the 6th. And one to the second baseman, leaned. And there's 1 out.
There's Milt May right there, the batting instructor of the...
Here are the pictures of the stadium in downtown Pittsburgh. 3 and 2.
Drabek is not a strikeout pitcher. Fastball hitter in a fastball situation.
Ball 4 for the 2nd walk given to Atlanta. And we'll see what Ron Gant can do about this. They need something. Breaking ball coming up. And strike 3 call. 5 strikeouts for Drabek, who still leads 3-0.
Take out your frustration after you don't perform well on the field.
Into the gap. Buchel's going to get 2. A leadoff double in the 6th. Hanging in there against Glavine, 1 and 2 the count. But he popped him up for the 1st out, and Belliard's going to catch it. Runner at second, one out. So Slot failed to move the runner.
And Cooley, the equipment manager of the Pirates, who worked for 50 years.
Ground ball to short. The runner going to third, 2 out.
50 years as the equipment manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and Hooley passed away in early September. And
Glavine shoots it over the head of the center fielder, Gant. That makes it 4-0. He's going to try for 3. And out at third base. But the run scores, and after 6, it's a 4-0 game. And so Bob Walk takes over. 9-2 for the year. He relieved 5 times after making 20 starts.
or Randy Tomlin. And he said one or the other. He was leaning toward Tomlin, and I think this sews it up.
Here's a hit for Sid Bream to start the 7th inning. Andy Van Slyke gets it back in. And that's the second hit for Sid Bream, 2 out of 3.
If it were 1 out in a tie ball game, it would have been worth the try, but a 4-0 game trying to go with 2 outs.
Olsen hits it deep into left center, and Van Slyke tracks it down. 1 out, and the runner back to first. Not much gets down in that Pirate outfield, particularly in left and center. A really bad ball, and Gregg strikes out on that split finger delivery. 1 left for the Braves, who've left 6, and they're still shut out.
Holyoke Miller's general manager, and he used to keep the scoreboard for $2.50 a game.
Almost got his shoe knocked off.
Yeah, he's making a bit more than that now. And if the Braves go on to win it and win everything, then it'd be a nice paycheck for a guy who's probably...
Well, I know the type of competitor Doug is, and he's definitely going to try to make his next start.
Runner
Thanks very
going.
much, Kent. Let's go upstairs.
Runner going, and the throw by Olsen is too late, and a stolen base. On a 1-1 count. He gets the sacrifice down the plate of first. From Green to Lemke. Runner at third, 1 out. And ball into short left for Lonnie Smith. Makes the catch, the runner trying. Pretty good throw, and out. He made the tag. Olsen with a good tag. An unusually good throw by Lonnie Smith ends the inning. The double play. We played 7, Pittsburgh 4.
1980 Phillies. Bob walked the opening night pitcher when the Phillies played the Kansas City Royals in the World Series.
Broken bat, and a ball caught by Jay Bell. I'm sure he caught sight of that bat coming his way, but he still stayed with the ball.
Plating a run and having runners possibly on first and third and nobody out. They didn't score that inning.
And that's the only inning in which they've had more than 1 base runner on in the inning. 2 out. Four to nothing Pittsburgh in the 8th. Paladin hits one to third to Buechele. Got him. Close play. Down in order, and it's still 4-0 Pirates. Stanton, the third pitcher of the night for Atlanta. Glavine, Wohlers, 5-5 during the year. 7 saves. Tony up the middle. He's 2 for 3.
Been on base 3 times.
Ball 4 puts 2 men on base. Well, these Pirates have added another bat to their lineup. Jim Leyland, the manager, with Milt May, Andy Van Slyke. Runners going. And a ground ball to short, avoids the double play with the runners on the move, 1 out.
the best left fielder he's ever seen. That covers a lot of ground.
It'd be tough to come up with somebody with any better than he is. There's Barry Bonds running the bases down at second, and the bases are loaded now with a walk to Slot, 2. Into right field, and that'll get a run home. A catch by Justice. 2 runners advance, and the score goes to 5-0. Particularly with Bonds, the runner at third.
Right.
And the inning comes to a close on the breaking ball, but one more for Pittsburgh. We head into the 9th, and it's 5-0 Pirates.
Walk might be the starter and have the unusual combination, if he wins that game, of a win and a save. A win and a save as a starter.
Look at that ball go by Justice. And there goes the shutout. Man, did he smash that one. I was about to say Walk has the luxury of pitching to Justice, leading off in a 5-0 lead, and look what happened.
Wow.
He hit 21 during the year. And, of course, his most memorable was that one in Cincinnati.
Against Rob Dibble. That's in only 396 at-bats this year. He missed a lot of time, about 6 weeks, with lower back problems.
Broken bat and hit to lean, and he still gets it. That's the first out in the 9th inning. Well, our thanks to the Bream has 2 of the 5 Atlanta hits. And he pops it into right center, and that'll be handled. 2 people call for it, but Van Slyke prevails, and there are 2 out. Well, you don't very often see Atlanta. A bouncer up the middle to lean, and this will end it. 5-1 Pittsburgh. 5-1 Pirates. And it puts the Braves under the gun tomorrow night. Well, they rewarded this big crowd, this record-setting crowd of 57,000 plus.